Hello, everybody. This is Kathy, and I'm here with week 9 of On the Case 2023, sponsored by 4AM Junk Journals. It's a collaboration, and we're working to solve a mystery. So let's get started. There was a lot of information this week. Here's my case book. Running out of space. We have to solve it before I run out of space. Okie doke. Let's see where we are here. Okay. And we found out that Pearl, Marnie and Philip's son, has recovered fully. So that's good news. We also found out some other disturbing information. And first we're going to start here. And I'm going to prep some of the materials I have to put in. First, I have my detective notes, and we learned a lot. There were lots of interviews, there were more DNA tests, but the important information that I gathered was Marnie is the missing twin. Marnie is Layla. So Marnie and Philip, her husband, are siblings. Marnie supposedly didn't know, and perhaps that's why their daughter Pearl has some health issues. There was a PI. We got information on the private investigator that Miss Worthington hired. He knew who the twins were. He also indicated that Mr. Worthington lied. Mr. Worthington is able to have children, and in fact, Letitia and Mr. Worthington have a son, and his name is Maxwell. Nash didn't know that Miss Worthington was his mother, and we also discover that Nash is the other twin. So Marnie and Nash are the missing twins. Nash did not know that Marnie was his sister. Lavender has disappeared. Remember, Lavender was Mr. Worthington's assistant / mistress. And there was an interview with Ann Holmes, that's Paul's wife, and she indicated that she despised Mrs. Worthington. And we also found out that Paul is Albert's father. So those are the detective notes. Let me just add a little bit of personality to them. If I can find my stamp. And this is typed on my old typewriter. My seemingly old typewriter that's not really old. And I'm going to add some spots and some coffee stains to this. And we'll put a coffee stain up here. Okay. And also going to add a few spots. And then we'll use this one. Oops. Get all this junk out of the way. Okay. And let's put this away. This is going to go in this folder because the detectives just, you know, put their stuff wherever they can. Okay, next, let's see what I have. What I did was I created a family tree. And that was because I was getting so confused. So let me age this up a little bit. And knowing that I'm sure I will have to add to this. Okay, so we know there's Mrs. Worthington. She had an affair with Paul. They had some children. That would have been Albert being one of them, Nash being the other, and Marnie being the other that we know of. Anne, Paul's wife, we haven't heard about any children of hers. We also know that Nash is in love with Greta, who is Miss Worthington's niece. We know that Charles the butler had an affair with Miss Worthington, and Charles is the father of Philip. Charles is also the grandfather of Pearl, therefore, and Philip and Marnie are brother and sister even though they're married. Then we found out this week that Sebastian had an affair with Letitia, even though he was married to Miss Worthington, and they have a son, Maxwell, that's staying with Letitia's sister in London. So that's the scoop on that. So I'm going to add a few things to this. First, I'm going to add some numbers very lightly in the background. And there goes my dog. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And I'm going to put these all over because I don't want this stark background. Okay. Next, I'm going to add some finger pointing. And let's see. Is it Charles? That's who I think it is. Oops, let me put that back on. We didn't get the end of his finger. There we go. Or who else do we think it might be? I don't know. I'm just going to leave it on Charles. And I'm going to wipe this off right away because this will stain. Which isn't such a big deal, but then I'm going to take this red dot, red splat, because I love to use it. And I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it here. These are all the lies. And let's see. Well, Paul certainly lied. But we don't want to fill the whole thing up with red, which is what we'd end up doing, wouldn't it? And a few more dots. Okay. Now I want to take this again. Okay. And I also want to take this stamp. And this just says received. And that's one of the detectives, although it actually says Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, because this used to belong to her. I was fortunate to be married in her house many moons ago. And I realized I didn't do this up here. Okay. Let's find a place for this. I'm going to go back in my third signature. Not where it's going to go. I think it can go here at the end of my second signature. And I'm going to put it right in the middle. Okay. Let's add some newsprint here for some interest. Okay. And let me just provide like a fake phone number. And we'll call that Phil. Okay. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to add much more. Let me look back at the notes. Sibling, I think I got everything and I covered it in the what do you call it? In the tree. Okay, well, that was quick and easy. I'm enjoying this. And I think we should be solving it soon. I think we're getting down to the wire here. And I hope you want to pitch in. You still can. Go to #OnTheCase2023, sponsored by 4AM Junk Journals. Thank you, and you have a great one. Bye.